Hello students, now we are going to learn the second segment of the lesson, breeding and biotechnology. Now we shall learn about the genetic engineering. Genetic engineering is the manipulation and transfer of genes. We can manipulate genes. We can alter the genes of an organism. We can delete, add, or we can transfer these genes from one organism to another organism to create a new DNA that is called as recombinant DNA, rDNA in short. The recombinant term is used because it is the DNA from two different organisms, two different sources are joined in this. The engineering technology that does this recombination is called as recombinant DNA technology. So what is this plasmid? We need plasmid for this recombinant technology. So plasmid is very important and it is present in the bacteria. They are small circular DNA. This is the plasmid. They are small circular double-stranded DNA which is present in the bacterial cell. And it is separated from the bacterial chromosome, bacterial nuclear material or nucleoid. And it can also replicate independently inside the cell. And this is special about this plasmid, and this property of this plasmid is used in this recombinant DNA technology or genetic engineering. Another important substance that is used in the recombinant technology is restriction enzymes, and these enzymes are also extracted from the microorganism. Discovery of these enzymes made a great advancement in the genetic engineering. So these enzymes can recognize the specific base pairs of the DNA, specific base pair sequence. These sequences are called as palindromic sequence. I hope you all know what is a palindrome. So it is a word, letters which can be read from both the sides similarly. So similarly, the base pairs which can be read from both the sides, from right and from left similarly, and those sequences are called as palindromic sequences, and these restriction enzymes will recognize these palindromic sequences on the DNA strand, and they are used to cut the DNA and cleaves the phosphodiester bonds of the DNA strand. And this is used for the genetic engineering. So the techniques of genetic engineering, what are the basic requirements? Already we have learned about two. So what are the basic requirements? If these are present only, we will be able to do the genetic engineering. What are the basic requirements? We need three things. That is, first one is the plasmid. So we have seen already what is a plasmid. Circular double-stranded DNA molecule found in the bacteria is called plasmid, and it can replicate independently along with the chromosomal DNA of the bacterium. And the next thing we needed is that restriction enzymes or the restriction endonuclease enzyme. So these enzymes will cut the DNA at specific site, and so they are rightly called as molecular scissors. The third thing what we need is this DNA ligase. These are also extracted from the microorganism. These are the enzymes which will help to join. So whatever segment broken must be joined according to the pattern we need. So these DNA and ligases are the enzymes which will help to join these broken DNA fragments. Now what is gene cloning? So when we think of cloning, so what comes to our mind? Dolly. So about Dolly we have already learned. Dolly is a cloned female sheep which is developed by Ian Wilmot. What is a clone? Clone is a carbon copy of an individual. It will be similar in every way. That means clone is genetically exact copy of an organism. In gene cloning, a particular DNA fragment is inserted into the bacterial cell. Clones of this particular DNA fragments are made, and that is what is called as gene cloning. So what are the basic steps which are involved in this gene cloning? So first we need to isolate the desired DNA. So whichever DNA we want to produce more of its expression must be isolated from the desired organism cell. That is the first step, that is isolation of the desired DNA fragment using the restriction enzymes. We have already talked about this restriction enzymes which will cut the DNA at the specific site. Then this isolated desired DNA fragments must be inserted into the vector. So here the vector is the plasmid of a bacteria. So by inserting this vector into the DNA, we can make them rDNA or recombinant DNA. Then this recombinant DNA must be transferred into the bacterial host cell, because only when they are inside the cell they can replicate, they can multiply and make more copies, and so it must be inserted into the bacterial host cell. Next step is the selection and multiplication of the recombinant host cell to get the clones. And finally we can get the expression of the cloned genes in the host cell. So these are the steps. Using this recombinant DNA technology of genetic engineering, we can prepare several vaccines, enzymes, hormones, diagrammatic representation of the procedure of gene cloning. So here you have to take the desired DNA fragments from the organism which it possesses. We have to take the desired DNA fragments which is responsible for producing the desired character using the restriction endonuclease. Similarly, the plasmid also must be taken. The plasmid is a vector and it is taken from the bacterium. So using the same restriction endonuclease enzyme, we have to remove the segment from the plasmid, and this cut plasmid will be joined with the desired DNA fragments, that is called the insert, and it must be joined together. So here the cut fragments will be joined with this plasmid and to make the recombinant DNA. So using the ligase enzyme we can paste them, we can join them again as the circular DNA plasmid. This vector plasmid must be inserted into the host cell. Host cell is a bacterium normally, and the bacterium can multiply, making the more copies of the inserted gene. So as the cell multiply, the inserted gene also get more copies. So one cell become 2, 2 become 4, 4 become 8, like that it can make more copies which are called as the clones. Now let us see how this dolly was developed. How did they develop this dolly? Dr. Ian Wilmot with his colleagues at the Rosalind Institute in Scotland in July 1966 they developed this dolly, and it was created from the somatic cell through nuclear transfer technique. The dolly was developed from a somatic cell through nuclear transfer technique, and she lived for only 6.5 years and died in 2003 because of a lung disease. Now let us see how this was developed. They have taken an egg cell from a black-faced sheep. So this black-faced sheep is the donor of the egg cell. And from the egg cell they have removed the nucleus and they have taken only the cytoplasm. In the similar way, from a white-faced sheep, another sheep, they have removed a somatic cell. The somatic cell will consist of the whole set of chromosome in it, that is 2n number of chromosomes will be present in the somatic cell. And from this cell they have removed the nucleus. They have taken only the nucleus. From the black-faced sheep they have taken the cytoplasm. From the white-faced sheep they have taken the nucleus. And both are incorporated. They are fused together. And this fused cell, the cytoplasm with the nucleus, becomes the embryo, and it has the capacity to divide and make more number of cells. Egg fused with the nucleus is inserted into a surrogate mother, which is also a black-faced sheep. And the surrogate mother or the Vadagai Thai will develop the embryo in its womb, and a dolly was born. Was having white face, but it was given birth by a black-faced mother. Why? Because the nuclear contribution or the chromosomal contribution, the whole set of chromosomes were contributed by the white-faced sheep, and so the genes which are present in the dolly is also similar to this white faced sheep. Genes only will express the characters outside, and so it is also a white faced lamb. Now let us learn biotechnology in medicine. So using the genetic engineering techniques, many medicinally important valuable proteins, so proteins are the polypeptides, are produced, and this valuable proteins form the potential pharmaceutical product. So pharmaceutical products are used for the treatment of the various diseases. Pharmaceutical products which are developed by the rDNA techniques are: first one, insulin. Insulin is the hormone which is used for the treatment of the diabetes. Similarly, human growth hormone is also extracted for treating the children with growth deficiency. Next pharmaceutical products developed by rDNA technology is blood clotting factors. This blood clotting factors help to treat the patient with hemophilia. So hemophilia patients will be bleeding continuously because they will lack the blood clotting factors. The next product which is developed out of rDNA technology is the tissue plasminogen activator. This tissue plasminogen activator is used to dissolve the blood clot in a patient, by which they can prevent the heart attack. The very important product which is by the rDNA technology is the development of the vaccines. Even now they develop the vaccine for the COVID-19 only through this genetic engineering technology. And development of the vaccines through this technology is done for various diseases like hepatitis B, rabies, etc. Information bit. Eli Lilly and Company of United States in 1979 first started the commercial production of this human insulin. They produced out of this rDNA technology. Next we shall see what is gene therapy. Gene therapy refers to replacement of a defective gene by the corrective gene. So it is by transferring the correct gene for a defective gene, many disorders and diseases in the patients are treated. Example, by this replacement they are able to change or alter the genetic makeup of the patient itself. Using this recombinant DNA technology, the genetic makeup of the patient itself can be altered by replacing the defective gene with the correct gene, and it was first successfully done in 1990. This gene therapy is classified into somatic gene therapy and germline gene therapy. Somatic gene therapy refers to the replacement of the defective gene in the somatic cells or the body cells. Germline gene therapy refers to the replacement of the defective gene in the germ cells. Germ cells, I hope you all know. Germ cells are the egg cell and the sperm cell. The gene therapy till now it is conducted only in the somatic cells. The gene therapy can be conducted till date only in the somatic cells. The correction of the genetic defects in the somatic cells may be beneficial only to the patient, because the correction is done in the somatic cell, and so it cannot be transferred to the next generation. Only if the correction is done in the germ cell, it can be transferred to the next generation. Next we have stem cells. What are the stem cells? Before that, you must know that our body is composed of nearly 200 types of specialized cells, and they will carry out specific function for our body. Example, neurons or nerve cell, and they can transmit the signals from one region to another region, by which they are coordinating all the functions of our body. Similarly, heart cells, they help us to pump the blood to every part of the body. Pancreatic cell secretes the insulin. Like that, every special cell will perform a specific function in our body, and so the specialized cells are differentiated cells. They are differentiated to carry out the specific function of our body. But in contrast to this, there are also some undifferentiated cells in our body, and they are termed as stem cells. So stem cells are undifferentiated, unspecialized mass of cells. What is special about the stem cells? They are undifferentiated and unspecialized mass of cells with variable potency. Variable potency refers to they can become any type of cells. They have a number of possible fates. They can acquire any special structure to perform any specific function. The two important properties of stem cells that differentiate them from other cells are: the stem cells have the ability to divide and give rise to more number of stem cells by self-renewal. Secondly, it has the ability to give rise to the specialized cells with specific function by the process called differentiation. So it can be differentiated into any type of cells and can perform a special function, specific function for the organism. There are two types of stem cells. They are embryonic stem cells and adult stem cell. Embryonic stem cells are extracted and cultured from the early embryos. So embryos, what is an embryo? After fertilization, the zygote becomes the embryo. Zygote is single cell. It will divide to form many celled blastocyst. The cells from this blastocyst, the cells which are derived from the inner mass of this blastocyst are called as embryonic stem cells. And these embryonic stem cells can be developed into any type of cell of the body. Similarly, the adult stem cells or the somatic stem cells are taken from the newborn babies and adult. And these cells also have the capacity to divide and give rise to any specific type of cells. What are the sources of the adult stem cells? The stem cells are taken from amniotic fluid. What is amniotic fluid? It is a fluid which is in the placenta of the mother. Umbilical cord, hope you all know what is umbilical cord, and bone marrow. So adult stem cells are taken from amniotic fluid, umbilical cord and bone marrow. So here you can see the stem cells. Stem cells can be differentiated to form any type of cells. It can become a muscle cell, blood cells, it can be differentiated into a nerve cell, cardiac cell, liver cells and intestinal cells also. It can become any type of cells. Stem cell therapy. Sometimes what happens, the cells, tissues, organs in the body may permanently get damaged, or it may last due to any trauma or any genetic conditions or disease. In such situation, the stem cells are used for the treatment of the diseases, which is called as the stem cell therapy. Stem cell therapy is specifically used for treating this neurodegenerative disorders like Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease. Neuronal stem cells are produced from the stem cells and it can be used to replace the damaged or the lost neurons. Next we have this DNA fingerprinting technology. What is this? We know that human genomes consist of 3 billion base pairs and they have a unique pattern of DNA. And so two different individuals will not be having the same DNA pattern except for the identical twins. Only the identical twins may possess similar pattern of DNA. So every person's DNA sequence is unique due to a small difference. May not be a great difference, it may be a small difference in the base pairs. So when we compare this small difference in the DNA pattern of two different individuals, we can easily identify, and this is called as DNA fingerprinting. So DNA fingerprinting is the easier and quicker method by which we can compare the DNA pattern of two different individuals. And this technique was first developed by Alec Jeffrey. This technique analyzes each individual's unique DNA sequence. We have already said that they differ in a small way. The small difference can be analyzed through the DNA fingerprinting technique. Variable number of tandem repeat sequence, or VNTR in short, this becomes the molecular marker for identification of the differences between the individuals in the DNA pattern. So in human beings, Nearly 99% of the DNA base pair sequence are same, and this is called the bulk genomic DNA. So all of us will have 99% of DNA base pairs similar, but only we differ by 1%. The remaining 1% DNA sequence difference from one individual to another is identified through this DNA fingerprinting technology. This difference is indicated by the VNTR. So how many times this small stretch is repeated in a particular individual. The small stretch is otherwise called as satellite DNA. Number of VNTR, it differs from one individual to another, and this number only makes the difference in the size of the DNA segment also, by which we can identify the uniqueness of different persons. So this is the illustration of VNTR's illustration of 3%. Person 1 has got the adenine guanine cytosine thymine AGCT for only 6 times. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Whereas in the person 2 contains for only 5 times, and person 3 has for 7 times. And this difference, the number of VNTR tandem, that is variable number of tandem repeats, only determines the differentiation or identification or uniqueness of a person. So in short, we can say the individuals can be identified, the uniqueness of the individuals can be identified through the variation in DNA banding pattern, which is revealed through this DNA fingerprinting technology. What are the applications of DNA fingerprinting? So DNA fingerprinting technique is widely used in the forensic application. You know what is forensic department do? They will find out the culprit in the crime investigation by identifying the DNA pattern from the evidences which they are leaving in the crime site. It may be their hair or even bloodshed, etc. This fingerprinting technology is also used in the paternity testing in case of any disputes. So any hair disputes, if they are having, it is solved by this DNA fingerprinting technology, and it is also used in the study of genetic diversity of the population, evolution, speciation, etc. Now, genetically modified organisms or GMOs. GMOs are the most tremendous development of genetic engineering, we can say. So through which they have developed many GMOs in plants and animals. The gene modification refers to the alteration or manipulation of genes. So we can alter the gene in an organism through this rDNA technology. The DNA fragments which is inserted into the organism is called as transgene. And the organism, the plants or the animals that is expressing this modified endogenous gene or the foreign gene in their body is called as transgenic organisms. The transgenic organisms are produced because they are more stable, they have the improved nutritional quality, they become resistant to the disease, tolerant to the various environmental conditions, etc. Transgenic animals are used to produce proteins of medical importance and to improve the livestock quality, etc. So some of the transgenic animals are listed in this table in your book. Now, genetically modified plants. So improved nutritional quality in rice, this we have already learned, this golden rice. This is genetically modified by incorporating the beta carotene gene, which is very much essential for the synthesis of vitamin A in the human body. Similarly, increased crop production is the aim of this GMO. Bt gene from the Bacillus thuringiensis. This Bt gene has a capacity to produce a protein which is toxic to the insects, and the plant which this gene is incorporated becomes the insect resistant plant. Example for this is Bt brinjal, Bt cotton, etc. Genetically modified animals. So to improve the wool quality and the production of the wool in the sheep, a gene for the synthesis of amino acid cysteine is incorporated, and transgenic sheep are produced. Similarly, increased growth rate in the fishes are attained by incorporating a gene from the salmon, rainbow trout or tilapia, which is the growth hormone gene, into the fishes. So they are called as transgenic fishes. Now let us recall what we have learned through this concept map. In the first segment we have learned about the plant breeding. Plant breeding consists of the green revolution. The green revolution leads to high yielding plants, disease resistant plant, insect pest resistant plant, and improved nutritional quality in plants. And it also deals with the crop improvement. What are the methods of plant breeding? There are 4 methods. They are selection, polyploid breeding, mutational breeding, hybridization. So again, the selection can be classified into natural and artificial. So it will happen in nature naturally, as well as artificially it can be attained by mass selection, pure line selection and clonal selection. Now animal breeding and biotechnology. So under animal breeding we have learned about inbreeding, outbreeding, what is heterosis and hybrid vigor. Genetic engineering, what are the requirements for genetic engineering? A desired gene, a cloning vector which is the plasmid, restriction endonucleases, DNA ligases, recombinant DNA. And what are the applications of biotechnology? They are used in the production of the pharmaceuticals products. It is used in gene therapy, DNA fingerprinting, stem cell technology, and genetically modified plants and animals are also produced out of it.